Hi guys, I'm Shmi and we're at the 2016 Geneva Motor Show, where we have seen the launch of a lot of new sports and supercars, and we're going to take a quick look around, the highlights if you will, at some of the best and most exciting releases this year. And we've got the Bugatti Chiron, the Lamborghini Centenario, Pagani's Huayra BC, some pretty exciting things at Koenigsegg, then a flurry of supercars, the Ferrari GTC4 Lusso, the Aston Martin DB11, McLaren 570 GT, so there is a lot to see. Let's get started and take a look around. We'll get started then with none other than the new Bugatti Chiron. After 10 years of the Veyron, this has been long awaited. 1,500 horsepower, 1,600 Newton meters of torque. Just 500 cars to be made. Top speed in excess of 400 kilometers an hour. And it looks spectacular. We had a teaser for where it was going with the Bugatti Vision Gran Turismo at Frankfurt, but now we have this, the new Chiron. It's going to be setting quite a precedent. Spectacular car to finally be here in the metal at Geneva. Lamborghini have taken the wraps off the Centenario LP770-4. 40 of the cars will be made, 20 coupes and 20 roadsters, and they come with the complete visual carbon fibre body you can see here. 6.5 litre naturally aspirated V12 making 770 horsepower, an updated 7-speed paddle shift ISR gearbox. Looks that are pretty crazy and out there. This is the final car that has been introduced by outgoing Lamborghini boss Stefan Winkelmann, a very special car with his departure at this year's Geneva Motor Show. Pagani have shown us the Huayra BC, named BC after Benny Caiola, the first customer who committed to buying one of Horacio Pagani's cars, the Zonda, back here at the Geneva Motor Show in 1999. The BC, more track focus, more power from the AMG power plant, now up to 800 horsepower from the twin-turbo V12, lighter, new carbon fibre to help aid with that, and as you can see, some more aggressive aerodynamic styling. Every single component or panel on the car, has been changed. In addition to the Huayra BC, we also have the Parquetto Tempesta, an upgrade package available for Huayra customers with new aerodynamic tweaks, new wheels, revised suspension and exhaust. 160,000 euros for the conversion that can be done anywhere in the world, with some small aerodynamic design changes too. This is the Porsche 911R, 500 horsepower from the engine a la GT3 RS. Manual gearbox though, is the big story with this car, and it will do Nürburgring lap times equivalent to the GT3. Just 991 to be made, and unsurprisingly, these will go very quickly to Porsche collectors around the world. The Boxster has also been updated. We've now got the 718 Boxster and Boxster S, flat 4 turbocharged engines, impressive performance from the new cars, and a slightly new look to them as well, surely to be a very, very big success. The evolution of the Ferrari FF takes shape in the form of the GTC4 Lusso, the naturally aspirated V12 now making 690 horsepower, and a number of new developments including rear wheel steer, a very, very reworked interior and updated technology, new navigation screens and displays. Then we have this. Standing out is the blue carbon fibre tinted visual body panels for the McLaren P1, sat here in race mode. MSO now able to offer these carbon fibre panels for existing P1 owners who can purchase a new set to redress their P1s, and I can tell you, looking at it, it is truly breathtaking in person. This car is something very special. McLaren's story here focuses on the 570 GT, the latest introduction to the Sport Series. The GT sits alongside the 570S, but the biggest story is this new look to the rear deck. It's been given the Jaguar E-Type style rear hatch that adds 220 litres of luggage capacity and a number of other changes just to position the car more towards grand touring, long distance driving, luggage capacity, lower steering rack, slightly quieter exhaust noise, and of course slight changes to the visuals so it sits alongside the 570S. Finally, on the McLaren stand we have the 675 LT Spider, of course one very close to my heart. My car's due in not too long now, the LT without the roof. And hey, look who we've got inside it. These two. Oh, how's being in a McLaren?
It's good. Listen, rev it.
Sounds amazing. Nice one, guys. Yeah, so the LT Spider
This colour, Solus, actually looks really quite good in person. It's a hard one to explain because it doesn't photograph necessarily that well, but it does look good, and I can't wait to reveal the spec for my car in due course.
Ford just keep showing the new GT in all sorts of colour configurations, and it never ceases to disappoint. The white car here looking absolutely spectacular. This is going to be one of the supercars of this year when deliveries start towards the end. This is one of the most popular cars at this year's show, the new Aston Martin DB11. 5.2 litre twin turbocharged V12, £155,000, and it looks truly stunning. Of course, we had the DB10, which featured as the James Bond car in the latest movie, but now the DB11 is here, and it's sure to be a very popular car when they're out on the roads. We have a new Corvette sitting between the standard C7 Stingray and the Z06. This is the Grand Sport Collector Edition, 466 horsepower from the 6.2 litre V8. Bumper to back, now rebranded as just Apollo, and this is their latest introduction, the Arrow. It's a 1,000 horsepower engine, 4 litre bi-turbo V8, capable of 224 miles per hour, saying it will be under 1,300 kilos as well, so this is pretty impressive, there's no question about that, and it has looks to kill. Behind that, we've also got an update to the Apollo N, shown alongside the Arrow here. The Abt Sportsline RS6R, a car I've driven and filmed with before, but you're going to be seeing a little bit more of this car later in the year, so stay tuned for that. The first special edition Huracan is upon us. This is the LP610-4 Aveo. 250 to be made, 610 horsepower, all-wheel drive, of course based on the Lamborghini Huracan, with the satin blue paintwork with the white highlights. Koenigsegg here at Geneva are showing the production car of the Regera. This is the first customer car finished in the stunning candy apple red paintwork, a car I've been lucky enough to spend some time with recently at the Koenigsegg factory and head out for a ride with Christian von Koenigsegg himself. But it's spectacular to see the interior now in completed form. A production car of the Regera. Alongside Regera, Koenigsegg are also presenting the One of One. Now there will actually be 3 of these, but each one is unique. They will borrow components from the 1-to-1 and the Agera RS. It's a final edition of the Koenigsegg Agera, if you will. This car features some aerodynamic parts and the engine of the 1-to-1. The others will be slightly different. Alongside that, we also have an Agera RS, the ML, in a particularly bright yellow paintwork, looking fantastic. So 25 Agera RSs, all sold out. Bentley have introduced the Mulsanne EWB, and also this, the Grand Limousine Mulliner, a 6-seater and very, very long. Audi have added the Avant line to the new S4, and while we're here, it would be rude not to take another look at the R8 V10 Plus. Touring have introduced the Disco Volante Spider, based on the Alfa Romeo 8C, and just 7 are going to be produced. DMC are here with a G-Class and a Huracan. Arash cars are here with the AF10 with 2,040 horsepower from its hybrid powertrain, and also an update to the AF8. The AF8 Cassini can be seen behind. Spiker have presented a new concept, the C8 Preliator. Tech-Art have the Grand GT based on the Panamera Executive Turbo S. Looks spectacular with the body kit in this purple metallic paint job. In addition, also the Tech-Art Carrera 4S with full body kit, and also a quadruple tip exhaust with valve control. Zenvo have launched the racing version of their car, so this is the TSR. Behind that, the update to the former car, now the TS1. Visiting roof, we have the SCR 4.2 elongated wheelbase water-cooled engine. We also have the Roof Ultimate air-cooled 590 horsepower. The track monster that is the Dodge Viper ACR. It's all SUVs for Haman this year. We're looking at the Mercedes GLE Coupe, and behind that the BMW X6M. Bold designs from Fab Design this year with the McLaren 650S and also the Mercedes AMG GTS packages. A quick visit to the Nimrod stand, where as usual there are some pretty wild creations. One more on the Ferrari 488 GTB, and also something else in the works. After a quiet period, Maserati are experiencing some immense popularity at this year's show with their new entry to the SUV market with the Levante. Jaguar have introduced the F-Type SVR both in coupe and convertible form, and it's actually the first Jaguar since the XJ220 that can achieve over 200 miles per hour. This is the production version of the Rimac Concept 1. 1,088 horsepower, 1,600 Newton meters of torque, full electric of course, and now here in production form. Mansouri, and we're here this time with a new Siracusa. This is the Ferrari 488 GTB. Behind that, the Wraith, Bentley Flying Spur, and a Tesla at the end. But let me just come round and show you the rear of Siracusa. Inspired by the FXXK, the Siracusa 4XX. On the other side, we have the Mercedes S-Class Coupe and Mansouri's AMG GTS as well. We have the Vengeance from Calm. This is based on the Aston Martin DB9, rebodied by the company from Bradford. At AC Schnitzer, we've got the ACL2. Now this is a BMW 235i with a difference. It has a BMW M4 engine, making 570 horsepower. Lotus have made some updates, and we have the Evora 410 Sport. Behind that is 311, and over this side, the Exige 350 Sport. Stopping by Brabus to see the latest cars that they've been working on. And first up, here we have the S-Class Coupe 900. Behind that, the Brabus 900 Maybach Rocket, and then the new C-Class package 650. To the left we have the GLE 850 here, and right at the end you can see standing out tall the 4x4 squared. This is the W Motors Lycan Hypersport, made famous of course from its recent appearance in the 7th outing of Fast and the Furious. Rather incredible car that looks stunning in this colour. Morgan have introduced the EV3, a full electric version of the three-wheeler, similar in performance and also in price to the traditional car, which you might remember a while back I was driving around. So I imagine this is an awful lot of fun to drive. It's been reworked, introducing some carbon fibre into Morgan, and it looks like a lot of fun. That brings us to an end then of this whistle-stop tour of the highlights of the supercars here at the 2016 Geneva Motor Show. And I'm sure you'll agree, this has been a pretty spectacular show, an awful lot to see, and some of the highlight cars there you'll be able to see in more detail and more in-depth videos of the Shmee 150 channel. For everything else, I hope there will be more coming up in the future in due course throughout this year. Of course, test drives, reviews, all sorts of features. So make sure you're subscribed, check it all out, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers! Okay, so here we go, P1 time. Got the lift system up already, that's going to make it easy to get. If Porsche offered me a GT3 RS, I would not take a second to think about buying one. Let's jump in.